Yo, what's up, people of YouTube? SoresanCrockxen here to bring you Legend of Korra, episode number 5 review. This episode was badass. I gotta admit, this is better than number 2. This is finally an episode better than number 2. But number 2 still, it's number 2nd, I guess. This episode was awesome. Again, the intro is still way too short. My cousin and I actually got in a little argument about this. He's like, oh well, if you make the intro shorter, the opening shorter, like you can skip all the bullshit and then you can just get right to the episode. That's not the way I see it. I see the opening as a way to get you into it, right? And if the opening's so short, you're just kind of like, oh man. But anyways, the episode starts again with a summary of what happened last episode, and they actually hint at the whole Korra likes Mako because they like their things between Mako and Korra have been like this since the beginning, but due to an accident, Mako now has feelings for this girl. So, but anyway, they did that whole thing. So even they know that Korra likes him, right? And then they posed this weird question: is the Sami like Korra's worst enemy, like her most threatening foe? And I'm like, you guys are just pushing the buttons. Um, yeah, I thought that was cool. Then we actually get into the episode, right? They're training. Finally, Korra's training. She actually mentions how Tarlok's probably is pissed because she's not with him. Uh, and Bolin's like, "Well, you join the Firefairies first, so he can't say shit." um, they actually get their new uniforms here. I mean, they look exactly the same. Well, no, they look a little different, but all they have new is like the symbol. But they look the same as before. I'm guessing it's just to keep the whole Firefighter theme. Mako ends up leaving with Asami because they're going on a date. And Bolin starts like flirting with Korra. He's like, well, now it's just you with me, the two of us alone together here in the gym, just the two of us. Like, I was like, gosh, Bolin, just come out and say it. Oh, excuse me. So we actually get to see more of Bolin having developed a crush on Korra. Um, then Korra's like, oh, I gotta go to Air Temple Island and train. So she ends up leaving. Then we cut back to Bolin with Mako in their apartment. Mako's cooking a little something, something. And then Bolin actually is giving Pabu a bath, or trying to. I mean, he ends up doing it, but he was like, "You gotta get in a bath." He's got this little tub, right? And he like trying to force him into the water. I was laughing. I was like, "What are you doing?" Um, Eventually gets him in the water. Because he's like, "Oh, you gotta look fine with alongside our new uniforms." I was like, "Okay, chill out, bro." Um, and they actually like Bolin and Mako have a conversation about because he's like, "Well, what do you think of Korra as a girlfriend material?" And Mako actually says that seems okay. Like it seems like a good idea. But he made it sound like he's the one that was dating Korra when Bolin was referring to him. And Bolin makes a clear statement: "Leave some of the chicks for me, man." um, Bolin actually hints at that he's gonna ask Korra out, and Mako's like, "No, we can't date teammates. It'll just screw up our whole chemistry as a team." And I'm just like, he just doesn't want him to date Korra because he likes her too. I'm just saying. That's exactly what I said. He says, fine, I'm not gonna do it, but we obviously know he's still gonna do it. Um, we finally get to see lemurs, like Momo. Korra's actually feeding them, and freaking, oh god, those little girls. I don't have their names right now. I mean, I should probably memorize their names because it's obvious that we're gonna see them over and over again. But what's her face? Yeah, they started asking her, "Hey, how's it going with that firebending kid or firebending guy from your team?" Sorry, I'm looking window. But he's like, "How's it going with that firebending guy from your team?" Uh, these little girls, seriously. And then they start cause she's like, "Well, what are you talking about? There's nothing going on between us. We're just friends. I mean, besides, he's dating that one chick, that one rich girl." And I'm like, oh, Korra's jealous. I didn't expect her to be the jealous type. I mean, I knew she was hyperactive, but and then they start like she's like in the unlikely case that I like him, what do you guys think I should do? The freaking older one starts rolling off. Oh, I read a book that the girl falls in love with the main bad guy's kid who was supposed to marry the princess, and she ends up going and riding on a dragon and burning everything. She jumps into a volcano, of course. Like, okay. And then the other one just starts going on a rant, like, you should make a potion with rainbows and unicorns and some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? And then she's like, Cora's like, you know what? I prefer the volcano idea to that because it seems more legit. And then their mom shows up, Tensen's wife shows up. And I can't remember the name of her for the life of me, but I will learn it. Don't worry. If you want to put her name in the comment section, that's up to you. Maybe it'll help me memorize her name. Um, and then she's like, "How long have you been there?" So she ends up giving her what happened between her and Tenzin. Apparently, Tenzin liked somebody else, and what she did is just went out and said how she felt about Tenzin. And Cora's like, you know what? Like, she starts getting all thinkative. Oh. And she gets that advice, right? Then the tournament starts, finally! Like, freaking tournament. Like, I was waiting for this. We haven't seen pro bending since the second episode, which is why it was my favorite episode. But one of the reasons why it was my favorite episode. But, I mean, when we finally get to the tournament, um, and it's like, they're divided, like, the first part, like, well, I mean, I would say first round, but considering like they have 3 rounds in each confrontation, like I don't know what you would call it. I'm just gonna say first round, but I'm referring to the round where the tournament starts. And it's the Firefighters versus these guys I have written down here. It's called the Red Sand Robberoo or some shit like that. They were wearing this weird outfit. Well, anyways, we won all 3 rounds. Like we were legit. Like the freaking they were working as a team. Like Korra and Bolin and Mako just going all over the place. They actually advanced. They won round 1, round 2, round 3, just like that. And they won that legitimately. Like there was no question about it. Um, but in round 2, Bolin actually has some difficulties. Like he's getting like thrown down, like bam, bam, bam. Like yeah, hit a lot, but that's okay because it's Bolin's comic relief, so we need that. Um, but yeah, it was legitimate. Like it was just a beatdown. Um, then after the match is over, Korra walks over to Mako and like she bursts out her feelings. Like I think we're really like I like you and I think we're meant for each other. And I'm like, damn. Like she did it like in her hyperactive like sense, like that. I thought that was funny. Um, it was hilarious. I must admit. I mean, she got told to express your feelings the way you normally would, and she just burst it out like it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but she does get rejected because Mark was like, I'm dating Asami and this and that. But it shows that he feels regret about saying no. Like, we see it in his eyes. Um, which I was like, whoa, whoa. And then Bolin actually ends up asking Korra out right after this. Because he doesn't like making her feel special because she initially says no, but after he says all these nice things about her, he's like, okay, fine. And Mako's like staring deeply over there. Um, I gotta say that date was pretty freaking awesome. Like no joke, the date was incredible. Like they went to eat at this restaurant where it was like water tribe food, and then they went to this tower and looked at the outside. They did a bunch of like it looked like a nice date. I'm not joking, but there was a point when they were in the restaurant and they meet. I have wrote their name down. They're called the Wolf Bats. They've been the reigning champs for 3 years, and the leader is To Tano or something like that. I don't know. I can't even read my own writing. Look at that. Yeah, but it's like Tano or some Taco or Tom. I don't even know. I think it's Tano. But anyway, he looks like a douche. Like, no joke, he looks like a douche. Um, anyways, he actually ends up going over to them. It's like, "Rrr." And he starts taunting them. And freaking Korra gets up. You want to fight, pretty boy? And he's like, bring it. And, Bolin actually says you can't do anything because if you do, we get kicked out of the tournament. She whistles. Naga comes in. Rawr! And he like literally shits his pants. Like, you know what? We're leaving. And walks away. And I was like, damn, Naga the Beast. Oh gosh, that was awesome. That was funny. I laughed. I laughed a lot. Um, yeah. What should we say now? Oh yeah, they argued. Marco and Cora argued after this, like before the match. Um, they argued and shit. I'm just saying, it was not like a good thing because that made them like off, like it took the focus out of them when they went to the match against the Porcupines. Yeah, they were called the Porcupines. Apparently, they're like the oldest team. They've been the champs the most times. They got the most experience. Yada yada yada, all that crap. So they end up fighting, right? But since they're so out of focus, the only one that is focused is Bolin. Um, they lose the first round. Uh, Korra and Mako were just out of it. Like that's the problem. They were out of it. I think Mako got thrown out once. I think. Anyways, Bolin rocks the second round. Like he just dominates the shit out of the other team. And the third one is a tie because Bolin couldn't stand. He couldn't do as much this time. Um, so we find out how to do a tiebreaker. So apparently it's like a one-on-one. They flip a coin, and then the team who lands on gets to pick one element. Of course, Mako's like, I got this, I got this. And Bolin's like, no, 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 your head is not in the game, so I'm gonna do this shit. Freaking dominate. Like, they go into the center, and the center rises, and you basically have to knock the other one out. And Bolin just dominates. Like, he gets thrown in the air, but he counters attack to the so badass that the other guy starts falling down as soon as he lands. Earth bends out, flies off, and then lands in the water. And like, yeah, bro, Bolin's a beast, man. Like, I gotta say, Bolin was awesome in this one. Like, he deserves this. Um, so we won. We won that. Thanks to the tiebreaker. Thanks to Bolin. If we hadn't had Bolin, we wouldn't have lost. We would have lost. Um, but anyways, then we get to see Korra outside in this tower and yada yada yada. She's like, and then Mako shows up and like, we need to talk. She's like, you know what? I already get it. I get it. Because actually, she argued when they argued. She told him about how he liked her and all this shit. That's why they were pissed at each other. But yeah, Mako goes over there, talks, and he actually says he likes her. Because she keeps, like, she says he's just confused. And we get a dramatic kiss. It's so beautiful, magical. And I'm like, why didn't Aang do that to Katara at the beginning of the series? Like these two, it would have been even better. Because we knew they both liked each other from the very start. But anyways, so they do a dramatic kiss. It's all beautiful. Till we see Bolin with flowers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was sad. I was like upset, and then he starts bawling out, and I'm like, just start bursting out laughing because he did it in the funniest way. Like, I knew it was a sad moment, but I just laughed my ass off. Like, I still felt bad for the guy, but it was just funny the way he cried. And then Mark was like, "Damn it! Look what happens!" And of course, Cora feels bad afterwards because he had flowers for her. And sees this. And then he, ends up leaving, running away. Mako finds him in a restaurant the next morning and saying that they have the semi-final, so he needs to get his ass over there. He's like still crying, calling him a horrible person, saying he's a traitor, he's a bad brother, he's a brother traitor, and all these random ass things. Baku's like, fat because he ate so much. And all this time, even though it's supposed to be like, I just feel bad for Bolin, and I'm just laughing. And he's freaking just seeing Pabu fat like that in the middle of a bowl. Just ruined the moment. I mean, it just made it funny. I mean, I know it's supposed to be funny, which is the sad part. I mean, we see this sad thing going on, and then we get a joke. And then freaking, Mako is like, come on, we gotta go. And Mako is like, get off of me. He's like, oh man, I got to. This hard way. He lifts up his sleeve and then carries Bolin over it. And he's like, no, let me go, let me go. I'm laughing this entire time. He's like, no, drop me. You put me down right now. Like, he's just, like a little kid. I was laughing so much. And then we actually get to see the semifinals, and it's like them, like us versus the Buzzard Wasps. Oh, Buzzard Wasps. My bad, I totally mispronounced that. But anyways, the Buzzard Wasps. Um, let's just say we were totally out of sync because of that whole issue with seeing Korra kiss Mako and Bolin falling out, and then obviously none of them trust each other, so they were like totally out of it. Mako got thrown out so bad, I was like, damn. And Korra, of course, they got knocked back, but Mako's the first one to fall out. And they actually reached the third ring, and they almost lose, but the bell saves them. Um, and then and so we lose that round, obviously. Then we get to round two, and the same shit happens again. Mako gets thrown off the water, and Bolin actually gets hit. Um, and so we lose the round again, but like they don't show the whole round this time. Um, then before the third round begins, I'm like, come on, we gotta focus, guys. Like Korra is the one motivating them. Like, we gotta focus, we gotta focus. Like, dude, get our hands the game right now. We need to work as a team. And then they they get like Mako gets thrown out again. I was laughing like, what the fuck? Why is Mako being a piece of shit right now? Like, he's the worst player on the team. So he gets thrown out again. And then the Bolin gets hit. And he ends up puking out of the ring because he gets hit in the stomach. And then Mako actually gets hurt. Like, he got legitimately hurt. Like, he got hit in the shoulder and bruised him, so he was fighting with one arm. And then he gets knocked out. Um, so in round two is basically just like Korra. Like, Bolin gets out, and then he and Mako kind of get back, like brotherly love. Um, and then Korra is just like beasting it out there. Like, she just knocks one guy back. Like, she's dodging like a boss. 10 seconds left. She does this weirdo shit. Like, she just brings out kind of water. But before I just now that I remember, there's a part where she like brings like one of the like she hits one of the one of the other members, and then she starts bursting her up in the tower of water. And like, the ref is like, unnecessary roughness, move back one ring. And then she's like, well, screw you, hits him in the water. And apparently he gets like yellow fanned. I guess it's like you need to behave or something like that. I don't even know, but it was funny. Anyways, like, she does this weirdo thing with the water. She creates a cross and just bam, knocks them all three out, and they win via knockout. But apparently, if you get a knockout, you win, regardless who won the previous rounds. But yeah, so she just beats this out right there. So we win. Yay, we go into the finals. And then the other douchebags, what do they call it? I'm looking at Wolf Bats actually win the round two, so they're going to the finals as well. And then we actually find out that Korra can heal. She learned from guitar, which I think is pretty cool. And she actually, tells Asami that thanks, like she actually thanks Asami for helping them join the tournament. So that was a cool thing to do from her part. That's pretty much it for the episode. I mean, we can't wait for this one. Like I said, this one, since this one was funnier than episode number 2, I'm gonna put this one as my number 1 episode so far. When we get to episode 10, I'm gonna do what do I think of the series so far. But yeah, I'm serious. I like this series so far. It's pretty good. I like it. No boring episodes yet. No episodes I hate, which is a good thing. I like the action in this one. It's funny as hell. badass as hell. Bolin wins. I mean, it was like a Bolin for the win in the quarterfinals and a Korra for the win in the semifinals. So I don't know. Mako just better get. Mako better get it for the win in the finals, or otherwise he's just the worst player on the team right now. But anyways, I hope they get their stuff fixed and everything. Um, I'm sorry this is a day late. I actually finished watching episode not too long ago. So this is a promise. If I don't get it in Saturday, I'll get it in Sunday. So if I don't get it on Sunday, you can actually yell at me for all you want, because it means I'm lazy. Um, but yeah, this has been Legend of Korra episode number 5. What do you think of the episode? Thumbs up for Korra for the win and Bolin for the win. Mako needs to get his head in the game. He needs to pick one of the girls. I honestly think that Mako needs to choose one already. I mean, he says he likes Asami and he likes Korra. Well, choose one. You either got this rich girl or the Avatar. I would go for the Avatar. I personally think Korra's better looking. She looks cuter than the other one. I mean, I would prefer dating Korra than dating Asami. No, I mean, no joke. She's hot. I know this is sounding weird. Like, you want to take Korra? She's a freaking anime character. What the fuck's wrong with you? But anyways, yeah. So this has been SoresanCrockxen, Legend of Korra, episode number 5 review. Keep mastering whatever element you choose or you want, and I'll catch you guys for the next episode later.